So I am maybe 1 week late with this kind of video response, but if you guys maybe have heard, Rian Johnson, the director of The Last Jedi, is going to be helming his own Star Wars trilogy. And this trilogy is said to be going where no Star Wars film has gone before, with new species and blah 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 blah. And that got me thinking, what sort of Star Wars mythos story era can Rian Johnson do that could be made into a good trilogy? And I have come up with, well, two things, and my third thing is sort of something I agree on with a friend of mine. My first thing is the Old Republic. Because if you are a fan of Star Wars, then you have been probably demanding that the Old Republic be made canon and made into a movie or TV series. There's actually a petition online for a Old Republic Netflix series, and I might have signed it a couple times. I'm not ashamed. I want a Old Republic Netflix show, because that will be like the Game of Thrones of Star Wars and Netflix. I mean, the Old Republic has a lot of content that can be made and used to form a trilogy. I mean, I'm actually playing the first game on my Xbox One, because it's been made backwards compatible, and I downloaded it. And honestly, I'm loving it so far. So I think it could make a really good, trilogy. I mean, yeah, we'll have to not follow the game, because you create your own character and you go from there, but they can use Bastilla, they can just use Darth Raven, Darth Plagueis, they can just use a lot of these characters that are made canon in the game and just make a movie out of it. It's that simple, really. And to be honest, I would probably do something involving the Mandalorian Mandalorian Jedi War. I forgot the name of it. It's the Mandalorian War or the Mandalorian Jedi War. That's probably what the main war I would do in this trilogy if it ever happened. My second thing is, I was talking to my friend about this at Spaceport Cantina, and he and I were talking about what things will make a great trilogy, and he said it'd be really cool if we saw like the creation of the Jedi. And I thought, yeah, I can kind of agree with that, because we can see how the Jedi were formed, how they came to be, and blah 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 blah, and all that fancy talk. Just we would see the beginning of the Jedi, and even stuff that would lead to the Old Republic. So it's sort of a win-win there. You get some new stuff, and you get some stuff regarding the Old Republic. And to be honest, guys, I have not scripted any of this. I'm just talking off the top of my head. Pretty sure I'm doing a terrible job. Now, this idea doesn't really kind of comprehend or whatever with the whole unexplored era, new aliens, new blah 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 blah, and that Star Wars hasn't explored before. But honestly, I think we could do a trilogy involving Grand Admiral Thrawn. I've actually been reading his book. This book telling his sort of story to where we got in the, was it Heir to the Empire, Dark Forces Rising? It was his first trilogy that Timothy Zahn wrote. Like, and honestly, it's a really good read, and they're doing a second Thrawn book, which I'm also really excited about, and they're also going to be making a comic adaptation of the book, so I'm going to be getting the first issue of that. But anyway, I think Thrawn will make a really great trilogy, because like he's an Imperial Grand Admiral. I mean, we got a movie about how the Death Star plans were stolen, so I don't think that this would be much different from Rogue One. But instead of focusing on the rebels and something that kind of leads to a movie, we just have something going on in the background. So while like episodes 4, 5, 6, and what it goes on after 6 is happening, we have what's going on with Grand Admiral Thrawn. We have him rising through the ranks, doing critical operations. I mean, in this book, like, it's like reading a Sherlock Holmes book. I mean, like, Thrawn explains all the strategies. We kind of see where he's like, yeah, I predicted this would happen, so I did this in response. I mean, it'd be kind of like a Sherlock Holmes movie where we see Thrawn do something, and then later he just explains what he did. And we like flash back to all this stuff happening with what he's doing and blah 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 blah. I mean, I just think Thrawn will make a really great movie, and plus he's one of my favorite Empire characters. Some other stuff they can do is maybe do a Clone Wars era movie, like with Ahsoka, or even do a Clone Commandos trilogy and focus on Delta Squad. I mean, that'd be really cool, because I like Delta Squad. Or they can just, I don't know, just like, honestly, with all my ideas, they don't really follow the whole with what they want to do with this new trilogy, but I just think these should be some really cool things that we could see Rian Johnson do. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, The Last Jedi isn't out yet, and they're like, oh yeah, we loved how he made the movie, so we're gonna give him his own trilogy to play with. I'm like, okay. It's not even December, and you guys are already giving the man his own trilogy to play with. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever in my mind. But I'm just gonna see Last Jedi, and if I like it, then yeah, I'm in full support of Rian Johnson making his own trilogy, and I just really hope it's something that I will enjoy and love. I mean, I really hope he considers giving Thrawn his own trilogy, because like I said, he's a really great character, and I think he needs to be put into live action and not just in the Rebels cartoon. I mean, just imagine Benedict Cumberbatch playing Thrawn. I mean, that's like the best casting ever, or like one of the best castings. It's my equivalent to Ruby Rose as Domino. Anyways, that is gonna do it for. Oh crap! Sorry, I don't know if this went out when I was recording that last part. I was too focused on talking about Thrawn and Cumberbatch and Ruby Rose that I didn't really notice, but that is going to do it for today, and probably until at least Tuesday, depending on if anything comes out I can talk about. But as far as I can tell, there isn't really much I can talk about besides the Multiple Man movie, but I'm not really talking much about that. And I plan to see Justice League tomorrow. I'm finishing up Punisher today, so I'll at least have my minor spoiler-free review of the Punisher out by at least Wednesday, and Justice League I'll probably have out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's a weird that like I have like 59 subs, yet I'm like strategically planning everything. I mean, usually in my opinion, YouTubers who have like double-digit subs just don't really care, but I honestly care. So anyways, if you guys want to see my Deadpool 2 reaction trailer, click here, and I will see you guys next time.